Her Voice Carries is a mural project featuring the stories of 5 women who are living and working in various communities around Rochester, New York. And the whole intention was to find women in different areas and then paint them in another area than where they're from. So the whole hope is that people will travel this network of murals and really consider our city as a whole instead of these disparate parts. And then the mural here at the MAG really serves as a map key as well as an overview of the project. So you can kind of get the sense of what the project is about and then go out into the community to find the walls. So it's kind of another entry point into the project. So I was really trying to find women that were lifting up the voices of others. And then geography, I really wanted to pick a woman from each of the quadrants plus Center City.
It's a feature of so many world-class cities is art in the public space. There's always the argument about where art should live. Should it only reside in museums or galleries? I think the power of art to inspire and to incite change is something that can be democratized.
It's a completely different experience when you come and you see a mural at the Memorial Art Gallery versus a mural on the street, but I really like that. I like how they work together and how they work off of each other.
Oftentimes, institutions in general have this unspoken barrier around them. And I think museums, especially all over the world, are trying to portray the message that that's not true, that our arms are open and everyone is welcome here.
It's great to have artwork in the museum also be reflected by some component outside because it speaks to the place of the museum in our community.
MAG is an encyclopedic museum, which means that we are spanning the history of art 5,000 years from around the globe. But that also includes our local community. It's a space that asks the question, what does it mean to be human? When we approached Sarah to do our mural and she told us about this major project she was doing, we felt that it wasn't only important, but we were honored to be a part of that because it essentially is answering that question. This is what it looks like to be in service to others. This is what it looks like to dedicate your life to those around you in a selfless way.
1, 2, a ding, 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 ding.
The whole thought behind it is that by portraying these women who are specific, living women working in our city, even if you don't know them and you don't know their story, you're kind of scratching at this universal message through their highly individualized image. Safi isn't just a Muslim woman. She has a specific story and it's very specific to her. Her face is her face, So my hope is that you'll kind of can think about some of these larger identities that they fit in, but really trying to get at them specifically.
The thing that I get most from this mural is just obviously the scale. It attests to, I think, the importance, of stories of women in general. They're often larger than life stories, as this mural is larger than life.
The work that a lot of these women are doing, again, in terms of lifting up the voices of others, is not always given public accolades. And so I was really searching for that. Also just trying to think about what kind of images of women you see in public space. And you definitely don't see, a Safi as often, right? At that scale, in that way. And that's why, that's a lot of what drove me.
Well, mostly what drew me to the project was Sarah, and she said that she had me in mind for her youth assistant. And once I heard more about the project, I was really moved by what we were doing.
I feel like it's important to lift up the voices of other women that are doing important things in the community because we take stuff like that for granted.
I appreciate everything every single woman that we've painted has done for their families, their communities. With all 5 of these women, I've met all 5 of them, and they know who they are, and they don't apologize for it, and I love that.
It's really important to pay it forward for the gifts that you've been given, and so much of why I'm here today is because of the support that I've received. I'll never be able to pay them back, but to kind of foster the next generation of mural artists, I'm very passionate about, especially women.
And I've also learned a lot about myself more as an artist, and it's built me up to think about what I want to contribute to my community in the future.
I'll become water.
There's so many stories of women around the world that are yet to be told, and she has talent, to tell them. And I look forward to her telling the story of women across the globe.
I think it's the beginning of my life's work.